I try to introduce him to some of this stuff, why I'm on the ground and in a lot safer place, okay? So I'll start lunging, and you know, it doesn't have to be anything in particular. I just happen to have a bridge. I've got some 4x4s over here, and I'll just start lunging them over that stuff. I'll have them jump barrels, just try to introduce. I've got a pond over in my trail course that I'll before I introduce a horse to water on his back, I take him over there and I lunge him through. I've got a pretty good pond over there, and I just lunge him through that pond. Okay. Oh. Now we're going to go over here through the logs, and this will also get your horse to kind of looking where he's putting his foot or his feet. He doesn't like rolling these 4x4s up the back of his legs very much, so they start kind of paying attention after a while of where they're putting their feet. This horse has a lot of energy. Always still staying in control of that head. I'm always softening my horses up. And it doesn't always have to be with a bit in their mouth. You can soften a horse up just here on the ground. It's the same thing, give and take, okay? I pull, he gives, I give it back to him. I release, okay? Release. Ho, ho. Okay? When I ask a horse to hoe, I don't want to have to restrain him, okay? I expect him to stand there on a loose line, and that comes through this process as well, and the respect process. Okay, ho. Okay, and I'm going to test him again. I do that, you know, on a pretty regular basis. Both these horses that we're using have been pretty willing. You know, they've been through this process before. You're going to get your horses that won't be so willing to do all this stuff in the beginning. So you may want to walk them over the bridge. You may want to lead them over the bridge. You may want to lead them through the logs. Try to make them as comfortable as you can in the beginning. And then after that process, if you get into some resistance, then what you're going to have to do is be persistent, consistent, okay? Don't take no for an answer, but don't whip your horse through it. Work your horse through it, okay? Don't take the stick and just wail on him, because all you're doing is you're building resistance in the horse, okay? And what we want to do is we want to build a relationship. We want to build trust and confidence. So, like in this situation here, if your colt kept, or your horse kept avoiding that bridge, all you do is you just keep taking him around and just keep talking to him and trying to get him a little closer, always being aware, being on the balls of your feet in case that colt cuts in, because if he cuts in out of spook, you're going down, okay? So be on the balls of your feet, be aware of where your horse is. Okay, that's all right. We'll just go on, just leave it laying right there. Driving forward, step to his hip. And the one thing, you know, if you have a problem is if there's a professional in your area that can help you, I recommend, you know, go get some professional lessons. Go listen to somebody that's got years of experience in this, and they can solve, you know, it might cost you a little money in the beginning, but they can solve a lot of problems for you. Possibly keep you out of the hospital, and you'll be money ahead, okay? And you'll have the knowledge. You won't have to, you know, I mean, I've been a trainer for 28 years, and I've had a lot of help getting where I'm at, but I've also had a lot of hard knocks, so I like to save those hard knocks for a lot of my customers. Keep him going, there you go. He's starting to watch where he's putting his feet, and that's going to help you when you're in the saddle as well. There's nothing worse than riding a horse that doesn't watch where he's putting his feet and he's stumbling and tripping all the time. And it's unsafe. Looking good. Okay, let's reverse directions on him. Go ahead and switch hands, raise your stick up, go to the hip, drive him forward. There you go. Nice. And I also want to point out that there's some horses out there that, you know, that just, there are some dangerous horses. No matter what you do, they're going to be dangerous, okay? So, again, that's where you want a professional to evaluate your horse and let you know if it's, you know, if the horse is fixable, or if he's just, a lot of times they're not worth fixing. A lot of times it's better to go get a horse, because most of the people out there do this for recreation, okay? This is my job, but when you're out there riding around, you don't want to have to be worrying about your animal all the time. You don't want to have to be worried. That takes the pleasure out of it. This is relaxation for a lot of people. If you can't relax on your horse, why bother?